Hey everybody, welcome to Tuesday Night Team Training. It's Tuesday, July 22nd. We're nearing the end of the month. Can you believe it? July is almost over. And I hope you guys are all doing great and are pushing towards the 800 in SV for that trip to Mexico. If you didn't get your 400 SV last month. For those, I've had a couple people ask, so the actual hotel and package in Mexico is for two people. And then they give you $500 flight credit. So they'll probably cover one, depending on where you live, maybe 1.5 tickets to Mexico in early December. So that's, I mean, pretty cool, right? Just for doing our job and sharing Life Vantage with people and, getting the opportunity to earn a trip. So anyway, I'm happy you guys are here. This is Christy Vogt coming in from Colorado, and I've got Sherry Martin on here. She's going to help me with this tonight. But we want to talk about customer follow-up. But before we do, just a couple items. I don't know if you saw in the team chat that I had posted that Michael Bernhoff, he's an amazing trainer. He is doing just a free training tomorrow at 9 a.m. Mountain Time, so that's 11 a.m. Eastern Time, on handling objections. Like, I don't care how long you've been doing this business, like, we could all learn how to handle objections better, right? Like, oh my gosh, is that network marketing? Or, oh my gosh, I don't have enough money, or I don't have enough time. All of those objections we get. So the more that we learn from other trainers on this topic, the better we're going to be at handling objections. It's totally free. I will post the link. If one of you could grab the link, or better yet, I'll send you to the tool. You can go to our team chat, and if you click on, this is a good time to teach you guys if you don't know this. So this is our team chat, right? And if you click on team chat at the top and you scroll down, you're going to see view media files and links, right? And then you click on, that was a link that I shared, I'm pretty sure. There it is, link handling objections right there. So click on that, and then you can register tomorrow. I don't know how long it's going to be, but it's going to be really good. And then also what's happening tomorrow at 5 p.m. Mountain Time and 7 p.m. Eastern Time is what? The weekly overview I'm doing. So please, like, I encourage you guys just to at least have find one person who will hop on tomorrow for 25, 30 minutes and learn about LifeVantage, and with the focus on, creating a profit with a purpose. So there you go. I am going to now share my screen. I've got a PowerPoint here for following up. And you can all see this, right? I'm using Google, it's like Google Drive, so it's different than actual PowerPoint slides. But anyway, so we always like to give you the image of what is our system, right? If you're brand new and don't really know how to explain what our system is, because we talk about it all the time. Like, anybody can join us regardless of age or background or experience, because we've got a system for you to plug into, which is literally sharing your story and inviting to see a tool, whether it's the ABC video that's in your app or the partners video that's on your shopping site, or just bypass that and get them to an overview. So they see the big picture of LifeVantage, right? And then after you invite them to see a tool, you got to follow up. And that's what we're training on tonight. That is like literally the fortune is in the follow-up, you guys. And then if they're, still interested in the, uh, the opportunity with LifeVantage, but they're still on the fence after watching an overview, get them on a three-way chat, whether, over the phone or on Zoom or just in a message chat with your upline leader, to help address any objections, other questions, and then they can also actually help to close them and enroll and then launch a new consultant. It's just on our path of the system. So we're talking about follow up. Here we go. Okay. So check this out, you guys. 20% of consultants follow up with their prospects only one time. This will give you a 1% success rate. 48% of consultants follow up 2 times and have an average success rate of 3%. 14% of consultants follow up 3 times and have an average success rate of 4%. 12% of consultants follow up 4 times and have an average success rate of 10%. We're getting a little better here. 6% of consultants follow up 5 times with an average success rate of 81%. Therefore, it takes at least 5 exposures of a tool before someone is educated enough to make a decision, to give you a yes or a no, right? So I really want you guys to think back on how you ended up finally saying yes to LifeVantage. Guarantee you it wasn't just like one exposure, right? You either went to like an in-person meeting at someone's house or a Zoom overview, or someone reached out to you and maybe showed you the ABC video. Maybe you saw 2 or 3 or 4 posts that someone did on their profile, and or in Vitality Rocks, you were added there and saw a few posts. So think about how many times your brain had to see something about LifeVantage before you said, okay, I'm ready to take a look, right? And then before you said, okay, I'm ready to do this. So, when you're talking to people, you've just got to be patient, give yourself grace, give them grace. And every time we follow up with a tool. It's just about educating people. It's helping them address their needs or concerns, because we've got the solution to so many problems, right? And so, if they go crickets after 1 or 2 times, be persistent and consistent. Life gets in the way, and, they don't, they'll circle back around. Trust me. So why follow up is crucial. So just continuing building your relationship, right? Nurturing connections and demonstrating genuine interest in potential team members or customers. Addressing their concerns, letting them know that you truly care, providing another opportunity to get their questions and concerns answered, just using another tool. Educating and building belief with our tools and exposures. So providing value with each follow-up. Again, the videos, there's so much value on our shopping site, so much value in Vitality Rocks. Each time you tag them on something, your social media posts, you're providing value to them. And just another reason to follow up is just reminding your prospects. Follow-ups help keep your business and products top of mind with your prospects. It's not going to be their priority in life, right? It's our priority to help change their life, but they don't know yet really what is possible. So we're showing them what's possible. So great reasons to follow up, like excuses to follow up. So when we have a new product launch, or a new product testimonial that pops up, like 2 of them went up in Vitality Rocks today, you guys. I really want you to see those posts in Vitality Rocks and think on your list, oh my gosh, who could benefit from this post, right? So if you were talking to someone, today's post was was it autoimmune, right? It was an autoimmune disease. And so I have an old school list, you guys, I don't have it in front of me, but it's this list with pages and pages since I started LifeVantage 9 years ago. And I've got, names, I'm continuing adding names and crossing them off and forwarding them towards the end of the list. But I make notes, so who in my prospect list have I talked to in the last several months that I know is suffering from autoimmune? I'm going to go ahead and tag them on this post today. So that's truly, what those posts are for. So a new testimonial that comes out, product incentive that corporate or our team or you want to give them, event in their city, perhaps. Who do you know in Dallas, that you can invite to our actual event in October? Media or news story that revolves around the product or company. Their birthday, offer them something special for their birthday. Thanksgiving or holidays is a great time to follow up and just thank them, right, for just being them. Let them know you appreciate them. And then when somebody like them has a win, for instance, you have been talking to a nurse prospect and a nurse on your team was able to go part-time because of her LV business. Reach out to your person and say, I thought of you because, would you like to take a second look at what we're doing here? So track your follow-ups using the digital contact tracker that we all have, and we're using, right? If you don't know where to locate that, reach out to one of us. We'll remind you where that is. It's actually in the hub.lifevantage.com under training. Remind them what piqued their interest from the very beginning and stay consistent, like reminding them, like, you know what, I remember you telling me, when we last talked that you suffer from migraines. Are you open yet to really understanding how you can address the migraine at the root cause, right? So just remind them. Stay consistent in your messaging. Let everyone know that you are the go-to for all things health, wellness, beauty, fitness, right? When the timing is right, they will think of you. Learn from your mistakes. It's okay to say, hey, I did it all wrong the first time because I was so excited. I said too much. I would like another chance. Will you give me another chance? Right? Most people are saying, sure. Keep them in the loop. I use this all the time. If I hear a no or no, not right now, or maybe later, I always say, is it okay to keep you in the loop? If I just kind of keep sending you things I think you'll find beneficial. I would say 100% of the time so far, they've said sure. ATM, add tag message in Vitality Rocks. Hey, I'm going to add you to Vitality Rocks. As soon as you accept, I'm going to tag you in a couple things I think you'll find helpful. So again, you're reaching out to them. You've sent them the ABC video. You've sent them your shopping site. They're still not ready. Just say, hey, you know what? I saw a testimonial in our private Facebook group called Vitality Rocks. I'm going to add you in it. And as soon as you accept, I'm going to tag you in a couple things I think you'll find helpful. Is that okay? Okay. Ask for the sale and help them make a decision. Sometimes they're just ready for you to tell them how to get started. Give options on how to order and what products fit their needs. Let's get you started on your activation journey. I can't wait for you to get started and have your own testimonial. Or I'm so excited for you. Let's get you started. You no longer have to suffer with those migraines, right? Like be that consultant. So action steps and resources. So make sure that you're using your digital tracker, number one. Got to track your business. And then go back to your invites from the last 3 months and check the number of times you followed up. If you are not yet at 6 times, then keep going, okay? Circle back around with them using what you learned today. And if you have not plugged into Kristen Boss, she's got a great podcast. That is a really great reference. So we always like to end our trainings as often as we can with some great action steps for you to work on this week and then resources to plug in and kind of deep dive into this. So with that, I'm sorry, I'm losing my voice. With that, I'm going to turn it over to Miss Sherry Martin, who is so good at follow up and she's so good at customer retention. So now you've got a customer. Now, what do you do with them to keep them? You can't just get a customer and love them and leave them, right? We got to continue nourishing that relationship and, and keeping them on the product or even upselling them. So we'd like to hear from you, Sherry, on some of your tips.
Oh, thanks, Christy. It's funny because I've been with LifeVantage for 8.5 years. And even though I know everything that you said, I'm like, I got to get better at that, or I got to get better at that. So thank you for sharing. So I do things my own little way, but I would love to share it with everyone. So I do a lot of my business with my networking groups, which is really an advantage because I see them once, twice, sometimes 3 times a month. So it's very easy for me to keep up. But prior to me doing my networking events, I would say about 4 years ago, I started with this project broadcast. And what it is, a lot of you know this, but I want to share with you how I'm using this system. Okay. So it's like a drip campaign. You have to put all the information into it, and then it's our job as the consultant to utilize it. So what I do is every time I get a new customer, I add them into my campaign, and I have it broken down to new consultants, customers, and then I have a prospect list. So sometimes I want to send things to prospects that I don't really need my consultants or customers to know, or vice versa. So as soon as I get them, let's say Christy and I been talking for multiple times, and she's now purchased. And I know that because not only do we get an alert on our phone that says, congratulations, you have a new customer, but I tell my prospects, hey, let me know as soon as you order so I can make sure everything went through, and then I want to be able to send you some information. So they already know that. So within 24 hours they get a welcome to your, I don't, it's been so long, but basically I welcome them. I with my picture, I tell them about me. And then about a week later, 10 days later, I have another follow-up that says, hey, if you haven't received your product, you can track it by this. And then the third reach out is about 5 weeks in, and I remind them to take their picture with a before and after picture, a really good before and after picture. And I can change these up. And then I do basically 6 touches within the first 60 days. And I say, I would love to add you to our Vitality Rocks. It's a community. I explain what that is. And then there's another message that goes out. So the first 6 weeks, we're getting to know one another, and they respond, and it's fantastic. Then what I do, this is the golden nugget. Um, I like to send out like quotes 3 times to 4 times a year, something positive outside of LifeVantage, so that when they do hear from me, it's not always about a sale. Okay. It's, hey, I read this book, the Lectin book, right? I got the book, I read it, it changed my life. So I put it together. I used ChatGPT. I said, hey, I just read this book. I have a drip campaign with, 600 people in there. I want something just for me. I want it to sound like me. And I just want to say, hey, I thought of you because this was a great book because of whatever, right? And I put something together and I sent it to everyone. And then I used to do recipes. Sometimes, like during the summer, I'll do like an Axio, how to make Axio popsicles. Um, so I'm going to wrap it up with this. Because I stay consistent with my customers and my prospects, when we have a sale or a new product, I cannot tell you guys how crazy it is. Last month, okay, last month only, I ended up getting 10 new subscriptions, 4 customers who weren't even on a subscription. I sent out a from the heart, hey, my favorite are this, and this. And right now you can get it for 30% off. Let me know if you're interested. If, whatever I said. And I got 10 new people, and 4 of them, I don't even remember my SV, but it was crazy last month. So I would recommend, if you don't want to invest in Project Broadcast or a drip campaign, at least the first, when you get a customer, 3 to 4 touches, even if you have to set something in your phone, because if you don't, then there's going to be a shiny object wherever they're at, and somebody's going to say, hey, but if you're top of mind, it's almost like putting a shield around your people so that somebody else doesn't wave that shiny object, and they're going to go try something else. So I just like to educate. I like to love on them and try to be there and answer their questions before they go ask somebody else that has no idea what we're doing. So I hope that helps you guys. Christy, was that
Very well said,
okay?
Sherry. That was awesome. And you are a diamond seller, over 4,000 in volume,
Mhm.
month after month after month, and have been for a really long time. And you guys are like, you work so hard. We all work so hard, right? To get that customer, whether it's just your very first customer. And, that's why it's so important to continue following up, because you've
Mhm.
already, the hardest part is that initial reach out, right? And if you just reach out and then you're that 1% of you're that, you follow up only once or twice, and only you get a 1% chance that that person's gonna to buy from you.
Yep.
That was a lot of work for nothing. So,
Yep.
we just super encourage you guys just to, I mean, part of this business is to keep following up, and it's not about being annoying. It's not about being pushy. It's just educating each time. So I love your Project Broadcast. I do have to say that I have not yet done that. It's like literally on my to-do list. So you guys, I am old school. So if you don't have Project Broadcast, at some point, I really encourage you guys to get it because it just automates your business and makes it that much easier. But until you do, what I do is I take my little calendar in my phone, and as soon as I get that email that somebody ordered, of course, I right away reach out to them and say, thank you for your order. Thank you for your trust in me. And I'm excited for your journey on these, being activated. And then I put in my calendar like 1 week to 7 to 10 days. Like check in with so and so to make sure they received their product. So then when that day comes, I'm like, hey, just checking in, making sure that you received your product. Yes, got it. Thank you. Awesome. Let me know if you have any questions. Then I put in my calendar 1 week later to check in with them to make sure that they're taking it. Okay, right? Like, is everything going well? Just making sure you're remembering to take it. Do you have any questions for me at this point? And then that way sometimes you can catch if maybe they're detoxing or if they're forgetting to take it or they don't know when to take it, you can catch it in that first week because we do not want them to forget to take it and then they get too much product and then they have to cancel or delay their shipment, right? And then I actually touch base 2 weeks later, maybe before their first auto ship goes out, right? Their first subscription, just to say, hey, just checking in, just make, how are things going? Oh, and that first time I check in, I make sure they take their photos. I want everybody to take photos,
Yep.
right? And then maybe 2 months later, like literally I have this in my calendar, check in, check in, check in. But I'm telling you, Project Broadcast would be so much easier.
Can I say one thing I
Yes.
meant to say? That if you don't do anything with this training, I will say the number one post in my project broadcast that solves a lot of problems is on the 6 week drop. I went into our Vitality Rocks and I found the what to expect when taking Protandem. And that happens to be the picture in the project broadcast. And I tell them, listen, I explain to them exactly what a slight detox could be. And I say to them, if you're experiencing anything, please let me know so I can walk you through it. That has saved my butt from people, my retention. It saved me from retention. So even if you don't do project broadcast or you do anything, I would grab the form and I would make it a point of every 6 weeks send that and say, hey, I was thinking of you just in case, something to that effect. That was, I forgot to share that with you guys. And that was such a big thing in my project broadcast. Okay, I'm done now.
I'm just going to kind of read you guys a couple notes that I took away from just our mastermind. We're in that Eric Worre mastermind, Dave and I are. And these are, again, top leaders globally. And we all kind of get together and we talk about what do we do for customer retention. And so a lot of people, you guys, and I do this as well, is a handwritten thank you. Like sometimes you got to slow down to speed up. So a handwritten thank you for just, trusting me, becoming a customer. I actually put it in my chat GPT. Shoot, I should have it was such a great message that chat put together for me. But I'm thanking you not only as a customer but just for trusting me and getting activated on the products. I'm excited for your journey, all of that. I'm here with you every step of the way, right? And very often I'll stick in a few Axio samples with depending on their order and what all they order. Like I've got a bunch of these shaker bottles that came with this big suitcase of Mind Body when it was launched. So I put some Axio in the shaker bottle along with my thank you and even mailed that out. So just investing in our customer, you guys. Then there was a group of um, a group of leaders that actually do belief builder calls. And that's kind of what Sherry, you and Holly and Doc and Gina are doing is that building belief calls where you're just sharing stories on the products and educating them on the products. So that's awesome. Thank you guys for doing that every Monday. And then it's a no-brainer to put people in Vitality Rocks because that builds their belief as well. And that gives them social proof. So every single one of your customers and prospects should be in Vitality Rocks. And then a postcard if somebody doesn't order for 3 months, somebody else suggested to send them a postcard and give them a promotion. Just make up your own promotion. Like, hey, I'm giving away a free hand cream, to get back on the product. Or, maybe you had somebody on the Mind Body that just didn't like it. And so it's a really good opportunity to say, hey, would you be open to trying the Healthy Glow Stack? Thank you for being a customer of this product, but I would love for you to, try something different. Would you be open? And, I'll give you a 10% discount, and then just give them, Venmo them or whatever. Just, whatever you can do to retain that customer. Because again, you worked so hard to get them. And then a book. Eric Worre actually suggested a book called Unreasonable Hospitality. Has anybody read that yet? I have it on my Audible. Unreasonable Hospitality. I guess it's a really great book
Who's it
about this.
by, Christy? Who's it by?
Oh, it is by, let me look real quick because I have it on my Audible.
Well, I'm looking for a good book. Thank you.
Yes. His first name is Will, Will, and then Guidara. The Remarkable Power of Giving People More Than They Expect. And we keep reiterating this to you guys, but with AI and everything that's happening out there with technology and social media, it's more important than ever to nourish our relationships on ground, right? And to take care of our people. And so this book, I think, will be really helpful, and all of these tips that we gave you tonight will really be helpful to keep your customer. So with that, guys, I think I'm just going to wrap it up. And next week we're planning on, we're going to do a fun, like, back to school, focusing on skin, right? These teenagers and skin and acne and all of that. So I'm going to give some tips with our products, and then Axio. And we've got Suzanne's son, Chase, hopefully will be sharing his story on why he loves going back to school on our products and being activated. So thanks again, you guys. Let us know if we
I
can help
just
you in
put
any
the
way.
unreasonable hospitality link in the chat. If anyone wants to lift that, it's really interesting, Christy. It's an entire website that talks about it.
Perfect.
The link's in the chat to the website. Thank you.
Thanks. Good night, everybody.